Welcome back. We're going to be doing the title worksheet now. This bad boy. So title is honestly one of the most important parts of the due diligence. Title worksheet allows us to find out who really owns the property. So the things we want to learn with the title, it basically acts as the title is all the documents about a property that have been recorded in the county's records where the property is located. It tells a story of the history of the property and its current status. So we want to confirm certain things when we're searching the title. These are all the documents that are associated with it, like it says. So there's going to be a deed. The deed is the document that gives ownership rights to the property. This is really important. We want to make sure that the names follow each other. That's the chain of title. Chain of title is the history of ownership for the property. The chain of ownership should be able to be traced back, showing the grantee of the deed was the previous grantor of the previous deed. So the grantee is the person giving the land or selling the land, and grantee is the person receiving the land, getting the land, and the grantor is the person giving the land. So there's always two, and we just want to, like it says here, we want to follow that chain. Make sure that it is like this, showing that the grantee of the deed was the grantor on the previous deed. That is key, and we're just going to follow that all along. And while we're doing that for the deeds, make sure the legal descriptions are the same on the deeds. So if you read it here, used... so we need to write that down. There's going to be encumbrances. Encumbrances are any document recorded against the property that gives any party claim to a property other than the property owner. The claim may be of monetary claim, as with tax liens, or it may just be claim of easement. So this is like, we looked it up like a lien before. Someone places something against us. We're just going to look for all this, but the deed is really important too. This is going to take more time. There's a second step for this. So how we figure this out. So we go to the title worksheet, we pull it up from our little property folder, and there's change of titles. So we're just going to want to write just the info in here. State Oregon. Oregon. You can just write OR if you want. County. Klamath County. Parcel number. So this is where owner name. This is if there's two owners, like a husband wife thing. So how to find this? We go back to this thing. The government GIS website is what this is called. We click on it, and it looks the owner right here. This is the last name. Remember, first name and then middle. Gordon Spiegel. So that's the current owner. We're going to write that here. Gordon Spiegel. Make sure you spell it right. I've misspelled him before. It's not good. Spiegel. Perfect. Cool. And then mailing address. Right here. 608 West Haley, number 2. Number 2. Now you're gonna want to write the whole one. Alley, okay, Champaign, Illinois. Was it Hiale? Champagne. IL. Perfect. 61820. 61820. Perfect. Yeah, and actually it says here if executor, if it's different than the owner, yeah, just ignore that for now. Okay, the complete legal description is here again. It was also on your the other one, in the property worksheet. But legal description, you just want to copy that exactly. Paste. Alright, dude. Alright. Stop. No. Let's get you all. Perfect. Yep. Tax information. We already looked this up earlier, but it's on this one. You just type in that thing, and then you click the name here. And if this comes out, you owe taxes. And so we printed this. We put this PDF into our sample folder. So this has taxes. So we're just gonna write there. 66. Due, and then for next year 6727. It says it on that PDF. You can remember. You can go check it. Annual. All right, so chain of title. This is how we're gonna search this up. We're gonna go to this link here, the document. You should be familiar with this. Write the dude's last name, the owner. For the chain of title, we're doing the chain of title first. We're going to do deeds. So so there's two. This one is mine. As I'm doing this, I already have purchased this property, but I'm just showing you guys. So there's going to be documents here when you do that, the deeds. There should be at least. If not, give the county a call. Tell them the parcel number and ask for all the deeds recorded for this. They'll help you out. So what we're gonna do here, this is the one that because we're Gordon Spiegel. We're gonna click on this. So this is the document number. We're gonna write that down here. See, write that on here. The date. So that is the recording date. So, and this is where you want to make sure that the legal description is the same. So 53814 range, town section range. So we're gonna go up here, see if that's what was the legal description. So town 38, okay. Range 14. Yep, section 5. Perfect. So it is the same. You just want to make sure on the chain of title that the deed is for the correct property. It could be for the wrong property. So the date is this date right here. You don't have to put the AM, the time. 2017, and this is when it was done. So recording date. Grantee. So the direct is the grantor, and the indirect is the grantee. That's so the grantee again is the person who receives the property. The grantor is the person giving the property. So the direct is the grantor, and the indirect is the grantee. Make sure you get those correct. So the grantee is good. That's good that it's Gordon Spiegel. And then the grantor, PD Invest Group. Perfect. So the vesting type, that's going to be this, the document type. It's a DW warranty, a warranty deed. And if there's probably an amount, that's the consideration. You're just gonna write that in there. 150, perfect. And so yeah, you just conducted the first one. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to new search, and instead of having Spiegel here, we're gonna type in that new one that we got, that grantor. Remember, the PD Investment Group. We're gonna type that in here. So we follow the chain of title, and we'll just keep doing this. PD. So type that in. Wow, see, they have a lot. So this is the one that we got. This is really good. So this is going to be the other one. So this is going to be before. So yeah, make sure it's the same. Perfect. And then we're going to do the same thing. This is for the next one. So now this new person, this grantor gave it to him, and this guy gave it to Gordon. So that's a good chain of title so far. So that's what we mean by chain of title. We want to see that. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Document number 1723, and then the date recorded 01/17. And then the grantee. Remember, the grantee is the person getting it. Indirect. P Diddy. Perfect. Investment Group. Grantor is this person. So remember, if there's a comma, that means this is the last name. So Michael, his middle initial A, and then Sanders. So Michael's his first name. So we're gonna do. My keyboard doesn't, the bottom keys don't work, so I have to use that. Michael Sanders. Vesting type, DW warranty. Perfect. And then amount, consideration again. It's crazy how these properties change value so quickly. See how the same year, literally 12 months later, this guy made a lot. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, so that was perfect. We're going to do that one more time. Another time. This is deed number 3. It just doesn't have that. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to find this person now. So this is Sanders. So I did this one already, so I don't know, but sometimes you can't just do the first name or the first last name because it's too big. So I also add his first name. Go search. So this is the one we got. This is the other one. So this is going to be the new one. Quick claim deed. Interesting. So this is the same property. You see this? Yeah, this looks weird though. I've never seen this one. So we're just gonna do the same thing. Write them down. Grantor, again the grantor, the person giving the property. It's a lot of people, wowzers. That's gonna get complicated. But the grantee though, that's good, is Sanders, Michael Sanders. And it's also really good, you gotta make sure you're looking at how long in between each one. So these are in 2017 when they were signed. So this one's 2005. So that's a while ago. And the title is correct. Like the chain of title at least is very correct. So that's a very good sign. That's exactly what we're looking for, just to confirm that this person that we're buying it from does actually have the legal right to own it. That's what we got to check for. Grantor. Jeepers. And all these names my thing doesn't record. So we'll see how this works. I think it should work. Oh, not good. Well, I'll figure that out later. But I'll input. But you just input them right down by hand. But no, I don't need to do that for this video. Quit claim. Perfect. Interesting that there's no amount. We'll look up all these documents later. So this is 0. Perfect. If we really want to, you guys definitely will, but just follow this again, and you're gonna want to look up each one of these people the same way, and make sure that it is the correct property still, and that the chain of title continues. That's perfect. Okay. So yeah, that was chain of title. So if it looks good, you're gonna write that at the end here. In the summary notes, you're gonna write that here. And these are notes down here, right here, this little section to help you out. So now we're gonna move on to just looking at all of the documents in general. So we're gonna go to new search. So we're gonna do the current owner, and then we're just gonna go through all of these. So all of these big ones to make sure that it's all clear. This is checking the encumbrances and all that, making sure no one has anything that we owe, or that this property is owed and it hasn't been paid. No construction liens, that's good. Corporate liens, none. Perfect. We're just gonna go through every single one. So this is probably the major one. County lien records. Perfect. Nothing. We don't need to do deeds because we're not looking at deeds right now. We already did deeds. We're gonna do federal tax liens. Basically all the other ones. And if there's anything that actually pops up, do the same thing that we did for the title, for the deeds, whereas we go to them, click on them, and then write down that information into this, like we did. So nothing on there for sure. Sweet. Historical. Hospitals. I know it's, yeah, perfect. It's tedious, but it's very important. Very important. If we mess this up, you could buy a property and you could owe $10,000 on it, and you only buy it for $2,000. That's terrible. Then that's just from a simple not seeing, going through every single one of these. So make sure you do, and thank you. Really appreciate it. There's mortgages. So this is the mortgages that I was looking at. None. Most of these won't really have mortgages. They're very cheap properties. Plats. Just do every single one. Every single bold title, because that searches that entire group. So it saves you from having to do every single one. Perfect. Perfect. So there's none. So we're just gonna leave these blank. No liens, no bridges, no nothing funny. And we're just gonna write that summary down here. The chain of title looks good. There are no liens or encumbrances, and the property does look good and stuff. Perfect. And yeah, and then you're done with this part. So I can't do this now, but we're gonna do a second part where we actually get and look at these deeds. So if there's a funny one looking, we're gonna make sure. But they're all decent, so we don't actually need to do that. So yeah, that's how you do title worksheet. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, or if you guys come up with better ways of doing it, please let me know. Send me an email. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much.